What's going on, people? It's your man, the YB, back once again. Big shout out to my doggy, Bob Ross, for coming through and boosting up the coin. So, we got a crazy leak for you, man, regarding Anthony Johnston and Daniel Dubois' famed sparring session. This ain't the speculation, this is someone who was there, who really should be a matchroom / Mandingo room shill. Yeah, Anthony Fowler, he only ever was with matchroom, right? He's that knockoff, what the football player name? Anthony Fowler's the football player's name, something Fowler, from like 30 years ago or whatever. Anyway, let's get to it. This is a witness account, okay? A witness, Daniel Dubois, badly hurting Anthony Johnston in famous sparring session. AJ had jelly legs, yeah, had the stanky leg, and would have been KO'd in a real fight. Wow. Here we go. Let's get straight to the quotes. These men talk too much. Where are we? Okay. However, Fowler, who was on the Team GB squad at the time and witnessed the spar unfold in front of his eyes, claims Dubois had Johnston on unsteady legs and could have knocked him out. Fowler told TalkSport they were just sparring normally. Dubois was really young, so he wasn't really trying to win the rounds. I wouldn't say he was in survival mode, but he wouldn't take many risks. He was very cagey sparring Johnston. Obviously, Johnston was the main man on the team, so he was always quite wary. But he always punched really hard, Dubois. I remember, this is a violation of big phrase, big twerk. This is a violation of Big Twerk Clark. I remember Dubois hit Big Twerk Clark so hard he snapped his ankle. He hit him with the Fury versus White. Yeah, Dubois, he been hitting these cats with the Fury versus White. Twists his ankle on the way down. It goes on. Big Twerk Phrase fell to the floor and snapped his ankle. Wow. After that, he was walking around with a cast. So he's always had that real power, Dubois. This is dread, man. Why is Anthony Fowler doing these man like that? Yeah? Is he not selling enough Moody CBD oil or something? It goes on. Peep this one here, people. Here's the AJ leak. Ain't no one heard before. Exclusive to the YB's followers. Johnston must have been a little clumsy sparring him, and he got caught, oops, with a short left hook to no other than Anthony Johnston's Humpty Dumpty. What I've been telling you, man. It's all fun and games talking about Ben, Mr. Mikey Davidson. It's all fun and games talking about Ben Diamato Davidson. The Humpty Dumpty for Johnston is the Humpty Dumpty. Andy Ruiz can't punch. Andy Ruiz is no good. Jerome Miller slapped him about the ring. People talk about... Andy Ruiz was quite rightfully saying, oh, AJ, oh, must be my mume. Slagging AJ off, talking about how AJ ain't want to fight. AJ is not a real Mexican style. I'm real Mexican style. Oops. Jerome Miller got his big ass in there and didn't take a back step, right? Ruiz could have had all the Mexican style he ever dreamed of. He didn't want nothing. Ruiz got slapped around the ring. Miller don't even punch like that. He slaps. And he slapped the double cheese out of Ruiz. Do you understand, people? That's what happened to him. So forget about Ruiz. Ruiz can't punch. Nonetheless, he clipped AJ on the Humpty Dumpty. And that was the end of the undefeated hype train. Fact. Now, Dubois. Now, is it possible Anthony Fowler is a Daniel Dubois homosexual? It is. But like I said, he's been part of the Matchroom team. This isn't like a Frank Warren shill. Anthony Fowler was Matchroom through and through. An Olympian, kind of that Essex Football Club type shtick. The Barry Hearns, Eddie Hearns, Massa Hearns shtick. Yeah? Anthony Fowler was out of the Tony Sims gym too, which is again the Matchroom gym. So Fowler has no, there's no, I don't know, maybe Dubois and Fowler are good friends still. The clout Eddie Hearns has, the clout Matter Hearns has, it's unusual for people who are matchroom through and through to come out and tell lies like this. Yeah? And I believe it because we've seen it, people. I've seen Double Cheese Ruiz clip AJ with a left hook, and he does exactly what's being referenced here. Joshua must have been a little clumsy sparring him, and he got caught with a short left hook, and Joshua's legs completely went. It gets worse, people. Dubois could have hit him again and put him to sleep, but Dubois had a bit too much respect for him to finish him off. It goes on. Obviously, everyone was stood there like, wow. And Johnston went and jogged around the ring because his legs were like jelly and he was trying to get his legs back. And everyone was going, wait. Joshua wanted to carry on, fair play, but McCracken was like, have a little break, get your legs back to normal, and then spar. And then they continued sparring. He didn't knock him out, he didn't hit the floor, but he was really, really hurt. Dubois probably could have hit him again and knocked him out, but he chose not to out of respect. So this, for me, as far as language analysis goes, this is a legitimate account. Yeah, a legitimate account. Why? He ain't saying, oh, he clipped AJ and AJ was convulsing on the floor and the paramedics had to come in. Yeah, he said AJ's legs were like jelly, his legs were shot, but he didn't hit the floor. That's what happened. And if you look at it, AJ admits it as well. AJ says, oh, I never hit the floor, when he was questioning Dubois on the sparring story. That's not what's in question here. Yeah, because Anthony Fowler's already given us the context. The context is, you're lucky that he was sparring, right? Because Dubois could have... You was finished, Johnston. We've seen you when them legs are finished, man. You ain't like that. AJ ain't one of them cats here who gonna play possum and bend his knees. When AJ gets clipped, he'll bend out of shape. We've seen it before. When Andy Ruiz clipped him, AJ was like a big... I don't know what you'd call it. Like, imagine Stretch Armstrong. Imagine one of them Stretch Armstrong dolls trying to fight. It's like, obvious he finished. What's that big tree out of that movie? Is it Marvel? Maybe? The big tree. There's some sort of big tree and it's like a big dopey tree. That's what AJ's like when he gets clipped. Guardians of the Galaxy, maybe? Is that a big tree? I'm not sure. There's some sort of big tree somewhere in some film. A big old oaf tree. Like, that's what AJ's like when he gets clipped. So unless Anthony Fowler knows exactly what Johnston's like when he gets clipped and he's lying. I don't know what to tell you. And this really underpins what I've been telling you, man. Now, there is a chance, as in sport, we know, I mean, to be quite frank, if Dubois tightens his defense up, which isn't hard, however, it's habitual. Dubois has been doing this 10, 15 years. He always comes in like this. His elbows are in the air. His hands are like this, and he comes forward. If he can tuck his elbows in and get his chin down like Carrot Top does, look at Canelo Alvarez, look at Triple G, look at Beterbiev, look at even Bivol. If he can suck his elbows in, which is there's no excuse for it really, it's just poor discipline. There's no reason you can't have your elbows sucked in and your chin down. There's no structural reason why Dubois can't do it, is the bottom line. But a lot of trainers, they kind of, I don't know what they do, but they ain't on people. That's why you rarely see changes in fighters. Because they're there to get paid. No fighter really wants to be told, hey man, you've been doing it wrong for your whole career like this. Also, no fighter really wants to have to relearn. It's hard. Once you've got bad habits die hard. Once you've been coming in like this, yeah, with your elbows in the air and a gap down the middle, it takes proper, old school, we ain't leaving this gym at every session. Starting off, if I had Dubois, I'd start off, okay, let's assume we do 12 rounds. We've got 12 rounds today. For the first round, I don't want to see you doing this. The minute I see it, we're starting again. Do that once a week. 12 weeks later, you're doing 12 rounds. That makes sense. So in the first week, you do 1 round where he's in tight, sucked in. The next week, you do 2 rounds where his arms are tight and sucked in. And if he does it wrong, we go back to the start and we start again. And we ain't leaving it. You ain't leaving the gym till I see 2 rounds or you sucked in like this. 12 weeks later, he's got 12 rounds, sucked in tight. elbows in, and Johnson's right hand's nullified. Never mind. AJ's right hand, he loads it, yeah? He might be here, he pulls it to his waist. I did a whole hour documentary on it. He pulls it to his waist and slings it off. It's not a clip, it's not like a oops, it got me right hand. It's not a whoa, I didn't see that coming right hand. It's not a sawn off right hand. It's a okay, I'm bowling for the Ashes here right hand. And with that said, I mean, Dubois is not the most loose, but you could even slip AJ's right hand. Certainly you can get out of the way of it though, somehow, is the point I'm making. Tuck your chin down, stick your hands to your head. Yeah, sounds easy, and does sound easy. Slipping off. Just moving your head somewhere, not keeping it spark on the line. If you're going to have a loose guard, in my opinion, it's no good having a loose guard like this. You might as well have your hands down by your waist, that style, and just be pure slipping off or something. Because coming in like this, man, you're burning your shoulders out, and you ain't no defensively better than nothing else. Dubois like this, he like, coming in, man. So, if Dubois just fixes them little issues, AJ's fucked. I'm telling you now. Because AJ started to believe that, I've got a video coming soon, AJ said, oh, yeah, the reason I made Ngannou look easy is because I've worked on my IQ and it's clearly showing. That's what Ben Davison be doing. He convinced fighters that I showed you in our documentary on AJ. He's always been able to slip and bang his right hand. That's not something that's actually new to Ben Davison. I showed you back in the old days with Tony Sims, he was doing that. Slipping off, banging his right hand. So, there's nothing new he's doing. Essentially, he fought a big stiff wrestler. He thought he was smart turning southpaw and didn't understand the angles and the ramifications of doing so, essentially. That's why most boxers don't switch, because it completely changes your perception of the game. Yeah, things are coming from the opposite side or whatever, you get the point I'm making. Ngannou thought, oh yes, I turn southpaw and confuse Joshua. Oops. He sleep. With his big ass. Ngannou tried to be slick, man. He sleep. That's what he got. That's what he got for being slick. He sleep somewhere. That's what Johnson did to dude. Put him to sleep. So, but that's Ngannou. And we know this. As good as people say Ngannou is at striking, realistically, he's never done it. Yeah. Yes, he's done the UFC striking, but you've got kicks in there, you've got wrestling in there. It's not really boxing at all. Look at what happens when all the strikers come to boxing. They get punched up and sent back to rolling on the floor. Do you understand? So Ngannou might be a better version of that, allegedly, but ultimately he got knocked out. Same as McTapper. McTapper's supposed to be precision. He got knocked out. He got stopped by Floyd, who can't punch, and 50 years old. That's what's realistic here. So if AJ did what Fury's no good. Do you understand? That's what we know for a fact now. He's no good. He cannot punch. He has no chin. He has no gas tank. That's what the Ngannou fight showed. If Fury could punch, Ngannou would have been stopped. If Fury had a chin, he wouldn't have gone down. If Fury had cardio, he'd have beat the brakes off Ngannou. He could do none of them things. He could do not one of them things. So he's useless. And if Usyk really was a bit of a puncher or a bit more aggressive, Fury would have been stopped for sure. That's what would have happened. Usyk was way too cautious, looking for the referee, and he doesn't have that. Well, he's a great boxer, right? He's a strategic boxer. He's not a, oh, this guy's finished, I'm putting it on him. He's kind of like, well, I'm up 9 rounds or 8 rounds, let me just chill. Anyway, the point is, this sparring leak is 100% facts. Dubois has already done it, and that's why Team AJ have come out with he on the gear. Yeah, they're trying to set him up. Because AJ's clearly nervous. That's why he's got spies in Dubois' camp. He's nervous. He knows what happened in sparring. And we can say, well, AJ was taking it easy on Dubois. He probably was. But that does not discount the fact that a 20-year-old Dubois hit him on the side of his Humpty Dumpty. And he did. Anthony Johnson did what we know he will do. He will do the stanky leg. And he'll be hitting it low as well. Do the stanky leg, do the stanky leg, do the stanky leg. Now do the booty do. That's what he'll be doing. AJ's only chance in this fight is to catch Dubois like this and he's stiff as a board. And that's the only chance. If it ends up being a fight, AJ loses. He don't want to fight. There's more chance of AJ trying to pull off a Ruiz 2, I believe, than AJ wanting to fight, if that makes sense. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure we'd all love to believe. I think Ben Davison's pumping AJ's head with the narrative that, oh look, I've taught you how to have IQ now and you can knock everyone out like this. That's what Ben Davison's pumped AJ's head off, thinking he's like a anime star. Yeah, you're going to see everything coming now, you're in the Matrix, you're going to slip off and bosh and everyone's going to get knocked out. But it ain't that simple. Not everyone's going to be a clumsy wrestler. And if this fight goes more than 4 or 5 rounds and Dubois is taking them shots, hopefully he's not taking them clean, but if he is taking them, what's AJ going to do? And my advice to Dubois would be first. Come in with your head, yeah, tuck it in. Come in with your head. Sucked in. Pop, pop, bang. Do you understand? Just work him. Start early as well. Don't give Johnson no time to have any confidence. Get straight on him from the minute the bell goes. Don't wait. Don't be politicking. Don't show him no respect. Yeah, just get in the mix with him. Get on top of him. Pause. Get on top of him and make him work for every second you're in that ring. Because AJ don't have the gas tank like that. He doesn't have the heart like that. He doesn't have the gas tank like that. He doesn't have the... Nothing he has. He has a bit of a punch, allegedly. We didn't see it with Mr. Blobby, though. Did we? Right. We didn't see him punch with Mr. Blobby. Oh, he's got a great chin, Ruiz has. Maybe. I don't know. All I saw was him get slapped up by Jarrell Sea-Level Miller. That's what I saw. Do you understand? So has he got a great chin? He can't be that great because Johnston put him down. With due respect. And Johnson's in there having nightmares of Otto Wallin. Scared to get on top of him. So AJ's biggest nightmare is reliving the trauma of the Ruiz 1 fight. Dubois' goal should be trigger that PTSD sooner rather than later. Because once you give AJ something to hold on his Humpty Dumpty, he ain't going to want to know. Because he's always ran from his destiny. Even in the rematch with Ruiz, he didn't want to tangle with Ruiz. He wanted nothing to do with it. Even against 50-year-old Pulev, who's slow and no good. He didn't want to exchange with Pulev. He wanted to box with him. He's scared to death. So the minute you don't even necessarily have to hit AJ. AJ's experienced enough to know when someone's throwing with bad intentions. AJ just has to smell that, oh, this guy's throwing hard. And he'll be like, oh, let's try and win on points. And let's try and bore the tears off the fans. And let's just try and get through. Like he's been doing, people. This ain't like rocket science here. Yeah, when he fought Franklin. Muffin Top Franklin. That same shtick. Safety first. Scary looking ass performance. That's what he'll go to. I'm telling you now. He will not sit there and say, okay, Dan wants to throw, let's throw. He will not do that. You can bet your bottom dollar. Can AJ outbox Dubois? I mean, if it goes to points, I'm struggling to see how the Turkey Massa Hearns mafia aren't going to rob Dubois. Right? I'd like to think, traditionally speaking, the aggressive fighter, particularly at heavyweight division, the aggressive fighter wins the rounds. But if AJ's in there just flipping and flapping and Dubois not getting too much off, and AJ's on his skates running and just jabbing, he's probably going to win. That's why Dubois has to come in with overwhelming force. Pop with the jab and just let 2 or 3 off. Getting close, because AJ's not in the last half decade. He's never wanted to fight on the inside. He's not comfortable there. If you sit on AJ's chest, he don't want nothing to do with that at all. He had Wallin half knocked out. I did a whole video on it. AJ had Wallin half knocked out in the 5th round. And AJ was the one backing off, giving Wallin time to rest. So AJ doesn't even want to get in the mix here with a half knocked out Swedish cat who ain't a fighter like that, right? So don't tell me that AJ's going to be in there with Dubois looking to tuggle in and slip off and barge and roll and barge, and he ain't going to want to do that. That's what you got to get him to. And you can get him in there quick as well. If I was Dubois, I'd stand in the centre of the ring. You know, sometimes I think maybe the fight's supposed to start from the corner. But if I was Danny Dubois, I'd just come running out, put AJ straight back in his own corner, and just stand on him there, just wail over him, and just whip away to the body. Yeah? Just get right on top of him, and AJ will think, oh my god, this is not good. He wants to fight. That's what he'll do, I'm telling you now. If AJ ends up on the ropes, the first time AJ ends up on the ropes, you're going to see the light in his eyes dwindle. And he's going to be thinking, Ben Davidson, you told me all this waffle about my IQ and how you're Custody Amato's lost great grandson, and what about the things you told me about Custody Amato? What about the things you told me about Mr. Maggie? That's what he'll be thinking. He'll feel betrayed. That's how he looked against Ruiz. Yeah, and Ruiz won. He said to McCracken, "Oh, Rob, what's happening to me?" Right? AJ's a victim. He takes it all personally. Oh, Usyk said I'm big and strong, and that's racist. Oh, Rob McCracken, what's happening to me? What? I don't understand. Victim. It's a fight, Johnston. You got clipped. Get your big ass in there and let's get going. That's what I'd have told him. Instead, McCracken was like, just trying to suck AJ off. Yeah? I'd have told him, don't bring that soft shit back here. We're in a fight, Johnston. You got hit. It's time to fight now. Yeah? We there now. We're on the beach of Normandy now. Yeah? What are you going to do? Shit yourself and get blown up on the boat or have a go? AJ be that cat trying to get back on the boat. He gets blown up anyway. See, that's what happened in AJ versus Ruiz 1. AJ versus Ruiz 1. He got punched up anyway. He might as well have said, well, I'm going to get stopped anyway, so let's have a fight then, Mr. Blobby, because you soft to the body. Yeah? AJ could have stuck his chin to his chest, yeah, stuck his hands on his head and just come weighing in with Mr. Blobby. He didn't want to do that, though. He didn't want to reach his destiny. He didn't want to meet his maker. So he jacked and quit on his feet. Oops. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, people. AJ got sparkoed and got stanky-legged by Daniel Dubois. There's no more discussion now. It happened. And that's what AJ shook. And it should be Team Dubois' mission to get that left hook on his head. We know AJ pulls his right hand down to his chest. There's big tells for AJ's right hand. Dubois should be looking, to see that hand come down to his waist or come down to his midsection, and Dubois should be stepping to the left, sucking in and boshing off the left hook the minute you see it. Or the minute you see AJ load it up, feint the jab, slip off, bosh the left hook right on his Humpty Dumpty. Yeah? Feint, slip, bosh. And Johnston will be like, whoop. That's what will happen. Simple as that. Super simple. Yeah? No doubt about it. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, people. Smash the like button, subscribe, let off the bell, 100%. Stop it.